Chapter 11. Around him, tourists and New Yorkers chatted or ignored each other. Everyone enfolded in their joys and sorrows and apathies. Someone laughed at one of Someone laughed at one end of the subway car, a sweet laugh that on any other day would have made him look around because he loved to see the faces from which happy sounds came. Not tonight. He couldn't care about the merriment of others. He kept his head down, immersed in his misery. This is what it had come down to, he thought. This is what all his suffering had amounted to. Where did it go wrong? He rubbed his face with his palms. What would he do in Lim if he returned there? Maybe the council would have a job for him, but it would probably be a laborer job. Nowhere in heaven and on earth was he going back to swiping street and picking up dead cats and dogs. Maybe he'd move to Yaoundé, Yaoundé or Douala, get a job as chauffeur for a big man there. That might work, but such a job would never come by without a connection, and he knew no one with a solid link to a minister or CEO or any of the big men who ran the country and always kept at their service chauffeur bodyguard to tell them from dawn to dusk and run errands for their wives and mistresses and make their children feel like little princess and princesses. If by chance he could get such a good job, he might be able to rebuild his life in. No, he wasn't going to think about what he would do in Cameroon. He wasn't returning. That was never the plan. He'd done everything the way he had planned to. He was in America. Nanny was here with him. Yomi was an American boy now. They weren't going back to Lim. Oh God, don't let them deport me. He prayed. Please God, please Papa God, please. Can I sit there? A pleasant voice asked him. He lifted his head and saw a young black man pointing to the seat next to him, where he had placed his bag. Oh yes, he said, taking the bag, putting it between his feet. So sorry. He bowed his head again. He exulted. What were his clothes? What were his choices? What could he do to stay in America? Nothing except ask for the judge's mercy, Bubakar had said. Or maybe he could talk to Mr. Edwards. Yes, he could tell Mr. Edwards the truth about his immigration situation. Mr. Edwards might help him. He might give him money to hire a better lawyer, but Winston had said it was better if he stayed with Bubakar. Bubakar may be a useless Mbukupuku, Winston had said, but he was the architect of the case, and he would know best how to handle it in front of a judge. Winston was sure the judge would not deport Jant. New York immigration judges were known for their leniency, he'd find out. It was of no consolation. Dan heard the automated system tell Ryder to stand clear of the closing doors, please. He lifted his head. The white people were nearly all gone. Mostly black people remained. More black people got in. That was how he knew it was Harlem. 125th Street. He picked up his bag and stood by the car. When he exited at 135th Street, he ran into the bodega at the corner of the Malcolm X Boulevard and bought a diet coke to change his mood, to help him force out a smile when he walked into the apartment and saw Nanny sitting at the table waiting for him with a face as crestfallen as a basset hound's. The next evening he called Bubaka from the car while waiting for Cindy, who was treating her friend June to a facial on Prince Street. It had been a week since Bubaka called him, and in that time he had wanted to call the lawyer to get a better understanding of his case. But every time he picked up his phone, he couldn't dial the number because what if Bubaka had more bad news for him? Listen, my brother, Bubaka said. These things take time, huh? Immigration courts are backlogged these days like nothing I ever seen before. There are just too many people that government wants to deport and not enough judges eager to deport them. You should have received your notice to appear long ago, but the way your asylum case has been going, I don't even know when you are going to get it because I'm calling asylum office and nobody is telling me anything useful. So you may not even have to stand in front of a judge for up to 6 months, maybe even 1 year. And then after the judge sees you, he's going to want to see you again, and next court date may not be for Allah alone. Knows may not be for Allah alone. Knows how long. And even if the judge denies your absolute case, my brother, we can still appeal the cash decision. We can even do more than one appeal. Huh? Jen said, you mean to say I'm not going to call any day now to hear that I have to leave the country as soon as possible? No, it's not that bad at all. There's still a long process ahead. So I could still have a few years in this country. A few years, Bubakar asked in mock shock. How about 30 years? I know people who've been fighting immigration forever. In that time, they've gone to school, married, had children, started businesses, made money, and enjoyed their lives. The only thing they cannot do is go outside the country. But if you're in America, what is there to see outside America, hubby? Dan laughed. Truly, he thought, there was nothing much to see outside America. Anything anything a man wanted to see, mountains, valleys, wonderful cities, could be seen here. And God willing, after he saved enough money, he would take his family to see other parts of the country. Maybe he would take them to see the Pacific Ocean, which Vince Edward had told him was where he'd seen a most beautiful sunset that had brought tears to his eyes and left him humbled by the beauty of the universe, the magnificent gift that is presence on earth, the vanity that is the pursuit of anything but truth and love. Dan began to feel lighter, a leaf released from beneath the log. His situation wasn't half as bad as he'd feared. How much would it cost to fight all the way to the end? He asked Bubaka. A few thousand, the lawyer told him, but no need to worry about that just yet. You and your cousin have already spent a good amount of money to get you this far. Take a break and save for the better ahead. When the court sends the notice to appear, we will discuss a payment plan. You are in a better situation than many others, Bubaka added. You have a wife and who has a job. Even though she does not have working papers, immigration didn't get back to us within 150 days after we filed your application, so I forced them to give you a work permit. At least you have been able to work legally. At least there are two of you, my brother. You can both work and pay whatever bills you have. Some families don't even have a one job. But what about my work permit? Jan asked. Will I be able to renew it after it expires now that immigration wants to deport me? Did your employer ask to see your work permit when he hired you? Bubaka said no. Good. Then stay with him. But what will happen if I cannot renew it and the police stop me and don't worry about things that might never happen, my brother. So if my work permit expires and I cannot renew it and the police stops me on the road, I won't get into trouble for working as a driver. Listen to me, Bubaka said, somewhat impatiently. As far as immigration is concerned, there are many things that are illegal and many that are gray. And by gray, I mean the things that are illegal, but which the government doesn't want to spend time worrying about. You understand me? My advice to someone like you is to always stay close to the gray area and keep yourself and your family safe. Stay away from any place where you can run into police. That's the that's the advice I give to you and to all young black men in this country. The police is for the protection of white people, my brother. Maybe black women and black children sometimes, but not black men. Never black men. Black men and police are palm oil and water. You understand me? Jan said he did. Live your life wisely and put aside all the money you can. Bubakar said, maybe one day, inshallah, any immigration bill like the one Kennedy and McCain were fighting for will pass Congress and the government will give everyone papers. Then your halal will be over. But Mr. Bubakar, after that thing did not pass, I just lose all hope. No, don't lose all hope. Maybe one day, Obama, Hillary, if one of them wins president, they will give everyone papers. Who knows? Hillary likes immigrant people, and Obama, he must know some Kenya people without paper that he will like to help. But can such a thing ever really happen? Oh yes, it happened before one time. I think 1983. It can surely happen again, but we cannot hope for it. We will keep on trying our own way, and you keep on sleeping with that one eye open, huh? Because until the day you become American citizen, immigration will always be right on your ass. Every single day, following you everywhere, and you will need money to fight them if they decide they hate the way your fart smells. But inshallah, one day you will become a citizen, and when that happens, no one can ever touch you. You and your family will finally be able to relax. You will be at last be able to sleep well, and you will begin to really enjoy your life in this country. That would be good, huh, my brother?